Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to do the end of year book tag. I have seen this on quite a lot of channels, but I'm not sure who started this one, so if you know what the original video is, please let me know so I can link it down below. So I thought I would give this one a go because it looked like a lot of fun, and that is exactly what I needed today, a fun tag. There are 6 questions, so this won't take me long to get through. The first question is, are there any books that you have started this year that you need to finish? I'm not generally one to leave books on the go for a very long time. If they go on for a few months, I tend to just get around to DNFing them because I'm not really getting anywhere with them. The exception does tend to be the big anthologies. I'll just dip in and out of those ones. For example, the Tour.com anthology, the 10-year one, took me a couple of months to read because I read a bit at a time. So there is a book that I did start and I read 3 chapters and I really would like to read this one. I think I started it in September. This is through no fault of the book, it's just I have been in a fantasy mood rather than a science fiction mood. And that is Catalyst Gates by Megan E. O'Keefe. I really enjoyed Velocity Weapon. It's one of my favourite books that I have read. It's such a great science fiction world and I love the characters and the story. I've just been in a fantasy mood recently. I would like to get this finished, preferably by the end of October, because we are moving into stage 2 of the SBFBO in November, and I would like this just, finish this trilogy. That would be nice. As I said, it's through no fault of the book at all that I've only read 3 chapters. I'm still really looking forward to this one. It's just I'm a bit connected to my Kindle for fantasy at the moment. Question 2 is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? I'm not really a seasonal reader. I've discovered this through other tags. I have read a couple more horror feeling books in October, but nothing really outright change into autumn reading sort of thing. However, thinking about it, The Lord of the Rings to me does feel like a rather autumnal read, and I am in the middle of a reread of that at the moment, so perhaps we could say Lord of the Rings. Question 3, is there a new release that you are waiting for? And like many others, I think I can say The Fall of Babel by Josiah Bancroft, which is the 4th book in the Books of Babel series. It's up here. It started with Senna Ascends. It's very good, and I'm so looking forward to seeing how that ends, but I'm kind of feeling that I want to reread the previous 3 books before I read that last one. Well, I'll just have to see how I feel when I get to it, because it's such an interesting world, such great characters. It would be nice just to sort of dive into it for quite a length of time and reacquaint myself with all the little plot lines that are going on. Question 4 is, what 3 books would you like to read by the end of the year? And I've got them here. I did not get on as fast with The Lord of the Rings as I was expecting, so I'm gonna sort of eke out, do one a month. So I've got The Two Towers and Return of the King, so November, December. I'm not going to rush through it because it's something that should be slowed down and appreciated, and trying to read the entire trilogy in 1 month just didn't work for me at all. But I do also have some other reading challenges which I am really not quite there with. I have this chunky book which is Firefall by Peter Watts, and this is a bind-up of Blind Sight and Echopraxia, which has been on my TBR for a while. It is how long? It's very long. It's over 700 pages long, and it's part of my TBR challenge to read it this year. And we're at the end of October and I haven't done it yet. There's still other books on that challenge pile to read, so it would be nice if I could make some progress, perhaps. Question 5 is there still a book you think could shock you and become your favourite read of the year? It's possible, but it's gonna have to be something quite special, because this year Project Hail Mary and Legacy of the Brightwash have just been that level above everything else I've read this year. So for something to become my favourite, it's gonna have to outperform those 2 books. And those were amazing books. Those were truly amazing, fantastic books, and it's really going to be tough to beat either of those. And question 6, have you already started making reading plans for 2022? Oh yes, I have. The schedule this year really got messed up. Really got messed up with my reading plans this year, because I set myself the same 2 main challenges, which is 12 rereads and 12 off my TBR, and I've been doing those for a few years and they've been going quite well, apart from this year I introduced SBFBO reading into my pile of things to do, which took over for several months, which was so much fun, but not something I even vaguely anticipated when I set up my challenges at the start of the year. I have not touched the Reddit fantasy bingo board. I'm sure I could fill in several boxes, but I've just decided to just forget about that for now. Also, the Hugo Awards. I challenged myself to read the nominations for Best Novel. Then I became a judge for the self-published fantasy blog off and just forgot about that one as well entirely. And I haven't got the books. There's a book that's been nominated that's the 3rd book in a series, and then there's the Murderbot ones to get through because the first novel's been nominated and all the novellas are there to read. So next year I'm going to ease back on the challenges. I'm just going to set myself the 12 rereads and 12 off my TBR, and anything from this year that I don't finish will just go on to next year. But it won't be 12 plus what I didn't finish this year, it will still just be 12. As for the SBFBO, we're moving into the 2nd stage very soon. It's the 24th of October today, and all the finalists by next Sunday should be announced, or next Sunday is the last day, so I have those finalists to read in the next 6 months and rate and make videos about, so there's going to be that to factor in. Anyway, for my reading next year, I am hoping that things settle down into more of a pattern, because I have found it quite difficult to sort of maintain focus for a lot of reading this year. I have definitely read less this year than I did even last year. I think things just have dragged out so much longer than anyone anticipated, but anyway, here we are. So end of the year book tag. I'd love to know if there's anything you've got planned to get finished by the end of the year, or you need to, reading wise, or really anything. So thanks for watching, and I shall see you all soon.